back to my channel. My name is Spirit Mwenda. For those of you who are new, kindly feel welcome, and those who are coming back, thank you for choosing this and making it a channel of choice. This is a channel where we talk about academic writing and other online source of living and anything else that happens in our life. Okay, so in the previous video we introduced ourselves to academic writing, and as promised, today we are going to tackle one of the academic writing formatting which is commonly used. In this case, you're going to look at MLA, which is the short form of modern MLA, Modern Language Association Style. It is often used in languages and humanities. So in MLA, there are three major characteristics that you need to identify and understand so that you can differentiate it from other styles like APA and Chicago and others. Okay, so in this case, we're going to look at the title page. Title page is the first page of every paper, the paper that identifies the owner of the paper, the title of the paper, the lecturer, and such like things. Then we are going to look at the in-text citation. In-text citation is the actual referencing of the paper, where you identify or you acknowledge the owner of the paper, and the referencing in this case in APA is known as works cited. So let's start with the title page. In APA, the title page is usually the first page of the paper. So in the title page, we have four major items which is used. On the left side of the paper, you start with the student's name, followed by the instructor's name, course name, then the date. Okay, following each other without indenting. Then immediately after that, without leaving any space, you write the title of the paper, centered. You make sure it is centered, not bolded. Kindly note this: not bolded, but in title case. Those who do not know, in title case, it's the case where you write all the letters, the words of the paper in capital, except for pronouns and other connectors. Okay, so after that, you start the paper immediately after the title. So in this case, we are going to write, you identify yourself that the title page is that the four identities that I identified, like the name, instructor's name, course, date. Then you go direct to the paper where you introduce, you indicate the title, then you introduce it. Okay, when the first sentence, the first paragraph of MLA, unlike before, it is always indented. Okay, so you indent your first paragraph and start writing. All right, in the case of in-text citation, MLA uses the surname, page number. Okay, so you identify the book where you obtained your paper or your content. Then when you're referencing, you identify the surname of that person and then the page number. In case there is no page number, you indicate by noting NP, no page number. Okay, so we go to the last page of the MLA paper. It's the works cited. Works cited is the list of all references that you've used, all the books, all the sources that you've used to obtain your content. So this is where you list all the others. You list them alphabetically. Okay, so there's a way, I'll show you in case you're not familiar with it. There's a way you can automatically arrange those papers or outline those references. Okay, so it's called the works cited, where you outline all the sources according to their alphabetical order, right? So when you're writing the references, the works cited, there's a specific way of writing it. In case you did not get it online, sometimes you're required to manually write your out works cited. So you should start with the author's name, which is the last name or the surname, comma, followed by the initials of the other names. It doesn't matter how many names they have. If they have 3 names, so you start with the surname, comma, the initials of the other 2 names, full stop. All right, after full stop, you include the title of the book, then the container of the book in italics. All right, then you include the publisher and the publishing date. In all this, you're separating them with commas, except for after the title of the book. So in this case, you're writing the surname, comma, other initials, full stop, the title of the book, full stop, the container, full stop, then the container, comma, publisher, comma, publishing date, comma. In case it is an online, you include the link, which is the URL. All right, yeah. So I'm going to attach the illustration after the video so that you can easily identify or understand what I mean. MLA always has you have the surname at the top, just next to the page number. You start naming the page from the first page. So you write your surname, like the last name of the client, like in this case is Angeli, then you space 1 space, then you write the page number. So as you can see from this paper, this is the title page where you have the name of the student, the instructor's name, the course, and the date. Then it's followed by the title. This is the title of the paper, which is centered, and in this case it's not bold, it's just centered and written in title case. Then you just start your paper. You do not need to leave the entire paper, like to leave the entire page as the title page, but you start your paper immediately below the names. Okay, so another thing that we need to check is the citation of the paper, which is in this case is here. Okay, as you can see here, this is Donhold 5. At the end of the paper, you use the bracket, the author and the page number where the paper was obtained. So in case of starting of the paper, you can see let me find up where they are starting, like the author is being quoted from the start of the sentence, so that I can show you what I meant by quoting at the start of the paper. All right, but I know you understand. Okay, like for instance here, when John Skinner published his you see the suggested birth date of American publication here. So this is the one who wrote the paper, but they have not included the page number here, but they have included the page number at the end of the sentence. You see that? So you can include the page number at the end of the sentence, or you can just include it just next to the author's name, right? Yeah. Then the last thing that we need to check, it's the works cited. This is the works cited. This is the works cited page. It's always separate. It's always the last page of every paper. So you start with the author's last name, the initials of the first and the last, and the other names. You see, Allen, comma, RL, full stop. Then the title of the book. You see, the title of the book, which goes up to here. Then the publisher. Okay, the container and the publisher of the book. and the publishing. This is the publishing. Saxon is the publisher, and then this is the publishing date. The same case for the next one. This is in case there is multiple authors. You say Becker, Gladys, L, et al. Then the title of the paper, the title of the book, the publisher, and the publisher is the federal government. You see that, and the publishing date. Okay, yeah, those are the most important things that you need to understand.